My name is Bernd Uttenweiler, and I will talk about our attempt to extend our discovery system with Wikidata. As part of the Swiss Wikidata Hack Days 2019, we were able to address several questions that we have encountered time and time again. In terms of resources, it was a smaller project, but it was all the more important to create concrete benefits for customers. We were looking for ways to implement the benefit through customizing in Primo VE. Our most important project in the last years was the Swiss National Library platform, Swisscovery, and the change of the core system from Aleph to Alma. This also motivated us to look for a solution that would initially be built on ETH's own Aleph Primo system on premise, but would continue to exist after the switch to the Alma Primo VE SLSP system. Part of the ETH team were Petra Meyer, Michael Gasser, and me. Further supporters were Annette Ginja, Noemi Ammann, and Germano Giuliani. To say it in advance, we have dealt with the topics person and place. I will focus on person here. Let's start with different questions that at first glance have nothing to do with each other. Many projects organize their data by the category of person, e.g. the person Hans Konrad Escher on some pages of partners of the Swiss project Metagrid. Most of these pages link to each other. How do our resources get into the game? So our question 1 is how to link persons. We have a lot of rare resources in our archives and collections. How can people find them if they do not use our library system? Many researchers and students complain about the large number of systems that need to be searched in parallel. Solution: linking of different sites, even if they are structured by person. This is trivial, but still not yet common practice. But where should the link in our discovery system Primo VE lead to? A lot of resources do not have a person ID like GND ID. Even with that, we could just get a list of resources from a person, but how do we place information about that person and links to other sites? We need something that represents a person and is linkable. Question 2. Which is the Staudinger I'm looking for? There are often different persons with the same name. If we search for Staudinger, we get resources of different people. Question 3. How to find all resources of a person? Why are there so few resources of this well-known Chinese scientist? Only 3. This cannot be. It is because of other names, or also known as. Often different name variants are included in the metadata of different data sources or different resources. And mostly, not all name variants are included in the metadata, and often not in the GND. Question 4. How to use graphs in a discovery system? A library system like Primo VE offers only few options for flexibly linking records. A system like Wikidata is based on graphs that link together to provide a network of information that the researcher can navigate through using queries or links. Can we use Wikidata graphs for our discovery system to create new ways of linking and exploring? Could the user search query be preprocessed to provide additional offers in Primo VE? Could the preprocessing be such that Wikidata is queried via SPARQL Could this also provide a partial answer to the question, what does the user search for when entering a search term? So semantic interpretation instead of lexical search. Or should be some sort of advanced search whose fields and selections are then converted to SPARQL queries. Since advanced searches are already very underutilized, we are a bit skeptical. Or can we identify some search patterns that we can implement in SPARQL queries and offer their results to the user as an option? Can this be used to test specific patterns of meaning of the search term? For example, is the user looking for a person or a place? Our approach: offer a list of persons with the search results. When the user enters a search term, we offer him a list of persons, if possible. The user can decide if he really searched for a person and which of the possible persons he meant. This is the step from string to thing. The search is based on Wikidata, including all name variants. Let's look at it. How is it done? It is implemented with Primo VE customizing in AngularJS. The search term, the string, is sent to a Node.js route on a proxy, where it is packaged into a SPARQL query and sent to the Wikidata query service. The result is returned through the proxy and rendered as a list of persons. Where to put the person list? Only a part of our customers use this feature, so it has to be visible, but not distracting or annoying. The normal results from Primo VE index must remain in focus. This feature is an additional offer. That's why we decided to put the list of persons under the list of results and add a link to it at the top. But even that was considered too disruptive by many. That's why the links are now in the left column above the facets. We offer the user a list of persons, if possible. He can decide which of the persons he meant. If the user selects a person, then a person page is rendered. A person page represents the person, thing, is linkable in both directions, and collects resources belonging to that person. An URL represents this page, containing the Wikidata QID. Let's have a look. Beside links to other portals, there are also links to archives based at Wikidata Archives at property and researcher profiles. There are also links to the person pages of teachers and students. This means that there are new graphs in the discovery. How is it done? When a person is selected, the person page is created using the Wikidata QID taken from a query string parameter. The collection of all information is offloaded to our Express Node.js proxy system. Bibliographic data, researcher profiles, archives, references, and teachers and students are fetched from Wikidata. More links and informations are taken from Metagrid, Beacon.Findbuch, and Entity Facts. When the user has made a selection in the list, we are on the object of the person and have various metadata. With this various data of the person, different search options can be formulated for the resources of the person. Here we are again in the area of tension between important things are missing and there is too much wrong. This problem is also described by the term pair precision versus recall. While precision refers to the percentage of the actual result that is relevant, recall refers to the percentage of the total relevant results that appear in the results list. The options are: search for GND ID. The resulting resources are clearly assigned but far from complete. Search by name from Wikidata including first name and GND ID or date of birth. Instead of the GND ID, the author's year of birth can be used to limit the name search. If neither GND nor birth year are assigned, the resource will not show up in the result list. Search by name from Wikidata, first name and last name are taken and searched for. Possibly there are wrong results. Search for name variants from Wikidata. The name variants in Wikidata are very often much better maintained than in the GND. There are cases where searching with name variants yields significantly better results. Here too it proves useful that the person page represents the object for the person and is not just a container of a result list. Thus, all name variants from Wikidata can be odd. This is not without complexity. Should we burden the users with this? We have asked various users, researchers, doctoral students, and so on about this. This feature was welcomed because it makes transparent a situation that is there anyway. It is a more controlled alternative than the strategy of scrolling through lists of results. Which of the search alternatives is useful depends on the data and is different for different persons. If a GND ID is present on the details page of a resource, the person cards and links to the person page are displayed. Let's take a look at it. Are the questions answered? 1. How to link persons. The person page represents a person and is linkable in both directions. The QID is part of the URL. 2. Which is the Staudinger I'm looking for? The user can choose between persons with the same name. 3. How to find all resources of a person. With a person's metadata, controlled searches for the person's resources can be made in several ways. 4. How to use graphs in a discovery system. We test the search term to see if it could mean a person or a place and provide results for it. This could also be a possibility for other types, e.g. buildings. We use Wikidata graphs to create relationships between teacher and student in our discovery system. There could still be a lot of potential here. Here are a few links. The person and place pages are in production. The person lists after the search input will come into production in the first quarter of 2022, but can be seen in a test view. So, thank you for listening. Are there any questions?